You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show, the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. So I didn't get this in for last night. I do want to sneak it in as best as I can before the Packer game, just because there's a lot of people that have called in, and I don't want to just leave it and not do it. We are going to start with the most recent calls, and with that, I'm just going to shut up and get started so we can get through as many of these as we possibly can as soon as I push a button. Ready, set, go. Daniel from California.
Hey, Ryan, Daniel from California.
Yo.
I know Bears Week, that's like the hot thing right now, but I was listening to Laughing at the Enemy, talking about Sam Darnold walking and J.J. McCarthy. Even better part about all of it, too, is you had Daniel Jones there, too, all on the same roster, so it's like, Daniel, they just needed to keep one, and they couldn't even keep either one of them. They let both walk.
Yeah.
They should have just paid Daniel Jones just to have some continuity in that room. That's like the veteran fallback who already had half a year in that system, right? So, I don't know. I just think it's funny that both quarterbacks in that room, like they literally picked the worst one out of all of them. And I get why you made the decision to draft him. You have to go with it. But the fact that you don't keep one of those guys, obviously it was very unlikely to keep Sam Darnold, but whatever it took to keep Daniel Jones in the room, you should have went there. Like, I understand he's like, I'm not going to win this job. They got JJ, but he could have won this job because they have JJ. So, I don't know. It's just great. I love how both of those guys are successful. JJ is 9, so go Pack go.
Well, it is funny because, I mean, like you said, you do have to, you drafted the guy, you do have to trust it. What's even funnier, though, is that what that means, more specifically, is that we have to trust the GM, Kwesi, and his ability to draft. And that is the funniest part of the whole thing.
Hey, Ryan, Beer Chief Benny here.
Yo.
With Bears Week, I just...
Try not to sneeze.
I can't do this crap anymore with these Bears.
Bro, listen, if I'm being honest, the reason I didn't get it in last night, the reason I'm actually delayed getting it today, and I need to hurry because pretty soon my family's going to come home saying, you ready to go to lunch? Because it's my daughter's birthday, and she's probably going to want to go 10 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles away, rather than, the kitchen, the diner that's like walking distance from here. No, probably not. And I don't want to delay it, because if I delay it, then that just means I miss more football and potentially butting up against a Packer game, which I don't want. But it's frickin' Bears fans, dude. I was ready to go 2.5 hours ago, and I've just been fighting with the absolute dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Dumbest people I've met in my life. You take any subset of groups, whether it be other fan bases in the NFL, any other groups, music people or film people or AI people or any other groups that I see on social media. They could be politics on either side of it, which is always a big thing. One side thinks the other side are all idiots, and the other side, and of course you believe that about the other side because you see dumb stuff. It doesn't. No, it's Bears fans, the dumbest people. And again, I'm sure there are genius Bears fans. It's just for whatever reason they don't use Twitter. And if they do, they just kind of let their stupid people run off on a tangent and just leave them be and don't correct them and whatever. And they're really, really dumb fans. Man, they're active. But I just, again, it's not just, you're just by. Vikings fans are not this stupid. This is why I always say, I struggle to do Laughing at the Enemy with any other team because Lions fans and Vikings fans don't do this. Packer fans don't do this. I get mad at Packer fans because they're negative and they say stupid stuff that is just negative. But at least I kind of understand it. It's an emotional thing or whatever. Lions fans are that way too. They get super negative, and that's of course different because I think that's funny and I love it. Vikings fans get all depressed and they just, whatever. Dumbest people I've ever had conversations with. I've spent this, and this is my fault. This is my problem now. I have spent over an hour with people trying to just convey basic information, and they don't understand it. They just do not understand it. And I know it sounds harsh, but this is what I'm dealing with. And the fact of the matter is, this is tied to IQ. Could save this for a whole episode, but just in general. Really high IQ people, but basically what you're saying is, if you have a high IQ, the higher it is, the more you're able to understand super abstract, complex things. Your brain can handle really complex things. 145 plus, and you pretty much can grasp whatever it is that humans have been able to conceive of. 130 to 145, your limits are basically just the really high level stuff, but you grasp the rest. 115 to 130, yeah, I looked this up. That's how annoyed I am. Very large abstract networks, high dimensional math. That's what those people, 115 to 130, don't understand. Really, I was looking at doing biomedical engineering at the MSOE in Milwaukee, and it was like you needed the amount of math and high level math, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, was like, I don't think I could handle that. So, yeah, and unless you're like 130 plus, probably shouldn't be doing that level of engineering. At 100 to 115, things like nested abstractions and hidden variables can be a little bit harder for those people to understand. By the way, I don't know where I am in this, but I at least know that you maybe don't know what your IQ is, but you definitely notice it when you're higher than the person you're talking to. Let's put it that way. Here's where it gets interesting, though, right? Because I think most people you interact with are going to be 100 or higher. These are normal conversations with normal people that go to school and have jobs. When you get to 85 to 100, people start to struggle with complex abstraction, probability, and strategy with multiple variables. This is the world I live in. This is what I talk about on social media. And boy, do Bears fans really struggle to comprehend this stuff that I find to be relatively big. This is advanced analytics. They don't see the value in it. They don't understand it. Here's the other thing. 70 to 85 IQ, they don't understand abstract logic, multi-layer rules, if A, then B, unless C happens, and hypothetical thinking, which hilariously is one of the things that I put out there as a fake hypothetical to show how stupid things are. They don't understand it. They think I'm being literal. I'm not. I'm being hypothetical. They don't understand it. I'm not kidding you. I think Bears fans on social media have somewhere south of like a 85 IQ. Some of the smarter ones are in that 85 to 100 range, where they maybe are not so dumb that they don't understand hypotheticals and abstract logic, but they also don't understand things like probability, which is what I've been talking about a ton, and they have been getting so angry. This is what's happening, by the way. And I'm freaking losing my mind, and what I should do is be more gracious. I should recognize that a lot of these people don't spend as much time looking at or thinking about these things as I do, and that some of them have mental deficiencies, and I should be nicer to them. They essentially have mental handicaps. Be nice. Me and you, Beer Cheese, we need to just be nice to people, It's rude to call people dumb that are dumb. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
I've decided in Bears Week I'm staying away from social media because I can't stand seeing it.
Man.
Like, the just bull crap from Bears fans. They like to pretend that everything's just made up. All these stats are made up.
Right.
And they like to pretend that
probabilities and whatnot.
Jordan Love is not good. Like they just have so much hate that they don't know reality. And I can't do this anymore.
I don't know if it's hate, although low IQ people do have a tendency to have a problem with anger. But I'm not sure hate is what's driving it. I just think they don't understand you when you say things. And again, I think we should be a little more gracious and just be like, oh, you don't understand. Oh, you poor thing.
And my biggest problem,
bless your heart,
really, is Packer fans giving into it. You're giving into their crap. They want you to respond.
I know.
Don't respond. Let them talk.
I have such a hard time when people put a big giant banner, like they'll quote tweet what you say, which is just basic information, and they'll quote tweet it, and it's basically just a giant banner that says, "I'm an idiot," and this guy that I'm quote tweeting is stupid or something. I shouldn't say can't. I have a hard time letting that go. I do.
Let them talk their stupid crap. Because guess what? I got a lot of bookmarks, buddies. I got a lot of bookmarks, Bear fans. They're coming out. Just like with the Lions fans. I had them. They came out. And so that's what I've done now. I don't even respond to these fools. I just bookmark their crap. Their stupid crap. And then I come and use it against them after the game. Because, you know what? We got to start going back to what Lombardi said. Act like you've been there before. All right? And we have been there before. We got to start acting like it. We got to just play the game and win. And then we're going to talk our crap afterwards. All right? And then we're going to move on and worry about the Broncos while the Bears still talk about us. They're like, oh, my gosh, like they cheated. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say we cheated. I already see it coming. There's going to be a call here or there. They're like, that's not real. That's not real. And then Caleb's going to take like 3 sacks. And they're still going to claim that he's better than Jordan Love. Like freaking idiots. So, screw them, dude. Honestly, they're so annoying, man. And I thought Lions fans were bad this last week, but this is terrible, man. Just terrible. Anyways, go Pack, go. We're the better team. Packers 27, Bears 20. See ya.
Yeah. And I mean, first of all, you're right about everything. But again, as far as this whole thing with even other, like Lions fans, again, they're obnoxious and they're freaking vicious, dude. And sometimes they say stupid trolly stuff like that stick guy. But even that is like, I mean, it's very obvious trolling. He doesn't believe this crap. And a lot of the stuff Lions fans say is true. I mean, part of the reason, or one of the angles to attack them is, you know, you guys were so quiet, suddenly you pop up. Right. Because when you suck, you don't run your mouth. And when you're good, you do. That's normal behavior. It might be cowardly or whatever you want to say about it, but that's what we all do. If we lose, I'm not going on social media. I'm going to take my medicine. Bears fans are going to rip me to shreds. I'm going to let it happen, and I'm going to move on to Denver. Just got to take your medicine. You know what I mean? But that's the point. Vikings fans are not chirping right now. They're not praising J.J. McCarthy. They're not saying, let Kwesi cook, and showing pictures of Kwesi walking around with a popped collar and talking about, like, the physique of their quarterback and how he has a six-pack or something. Like, they're not doing that stuff. I wish they were. It would make laughing at the enemy so much better. But they're not. I'm just freaking stunned. Nico, we're going from first to last, but also his 5 calls, so we'll start with his first call here.
Oh, Ryan, how the heck are you?
Stressed, man.
And Idaho. Just driving home from one of my jobs, and
one of your jobs.
Well, I tell you, the
working
anticipation
man, huh?
for this game Sunday is just about got me at a fever pitch. Tuesday, we are driving up north to a place called Sandpoint. Very beautiful. Our daughter and son-in-law had their 4th kid, little baby boy.
Wow, nice.
With a super cool new name. Give you a little hint. It rhymes with Nico.
Rico?
So we'll be going up there next week. Fortunately, we're leaving after Sunday, so I can watch the game and just stare at the TV.
Please tell me it's Rico. Rico Suave.
Oh, no! I am getting a call from my supervisor. Let me call you right back.
Okay, this goes on for a while. I don't know. You didn't hang up or something. Nico, part 2.
Hi.
Hi.
Got that phone call over with. Just a little lady calling, checking on me. I was bringing her some dinner at her job, so she's very happy.
I get it. Okay.
So, yeah, going up north, visit the new baby. Fever pitch, game, going crazy. I tell you what, Bears fans, and I know you see it, because you unfortunately have to live in this world, they are going psychotic.
It's bad.
You know, posting my 10 teams are going to make the playoffs, or the 8 teams, and of course the Packers are 8th, and the Bears are like the number 1 seed. I'm like, okay, I mean, I get it. You guys are excited.
And the other thing is, I mean, they're honestly gifted, and they all work together in like a swarm, which is the other thing. Like, You might find a Lions fan and maybe a couple more jump in, and I don't know. Vikings fans, again, I still don't know if they're out there. I think they've just moved on with their lives. I don't know what's happening with them. But you'll have like this game they play where somebody will post the dumbest thing, and then you respond to that thing and just explain why this isn't thought out very well, and they all pile on you. You got half of them pretending you're being literal, right? Because all I'm doing is demonstrating why this is wrong. Like, this isn't the way that you analyze things. And then they think you're being literal, and they're like, oh, that's what you think? You're so stupid. It's like, no, I don't think it. I was using it as an example of why this person is stupid. And then you got the other half swarming in, doing this whole cope and seethe thing, which is so dumb. I mean, it's literally my new response to when people say things like cope or whatever. And surprisingly, people, it actually works as far as people like backing off, or it has punch and power to it. You should try it. I just say it's a low IQ response. Somehow that actually like neutralizes things. Maybe they know. I don't know. I'm sure they have seen their own test scores. But I mean, they are so talented as a unit. They're like freaking hyenas. They work in a massive pack, and they just, you know how like hyenas will come in there, like the one will nip you, and you know that lion would kill that guy. But he walks in and he nips him and he runs away, and what do? They all start laughing. Freaking got him. Oh, dude, this is cope. Packer fans are seething. Packer fans are so scared. Cope and seethe and cope and seethe. It's like, oh my God. Oh, 2 + 2 is 5. No, actually 2 + 2 is 4. Here's how math works. Oh, bro, you're so scared. Oh, bro, look at you cope. Dude, Packers fans are coping so hard right now, bro. Go cope and seethe, bro. 6-7. Go back to your coloring book. But
let's just hop into reality. And my prediction with this game, honestly, is that we beat the living crap out of them. The faith is gaining. It's gaining pretty good. And I know that they've beaten some teams. I mean, I don't really count the Eagles, or as I like to call them, the Beagles. I don't count that because they're clearly in a spot.
Anybody that watched that game knew that the Eagles looked like dog crap. Their quarterback, that was one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He was miserable from the first snap. He was shockingly inaccurate in that game. Couldn't hit his receivers to save it. I mean, come on.
Viral. Can't play for crap. They're not winning based on their own merit. They're winning because other teams just don't want to win. And that's,
annoying as hell.
I looked at the list of the teams they've beaten. It's horrible. And so they haven't seen a defense like ours. And I think what was it Mike Tyson?
I think they have, like, Minnesota is up there, which, by the way, they did struggle with and struggled to run the ball and all that kind of stuff. I think Minnesota has a better defense, depending on the metrics or whatever. They haven't faced many, though. I think the Eagles would be in that category, too. But, again, the Eagles were not looking great, and it wasn't because of a bad defensive performance that they lost. It was because the offense refused to move the ball against a bad defense.
Everybody got plans to get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Caleb will scramble and do some cool things. I'm not saying they're not going to score because they've proven they can do that.
Sure.
But kind of like living on fourth downs like Dan Campbell did up until this year. You can't live by scrambling alone.
Right.
I think we punch him in the mouth. I just love the receivers. They're looking really confident.
Yeah, and I think you're right because, they're so confident and they're so cocky right now. You need to show up and demonstrate to them that we're on a different level. This is a different level of football team than you've faced. And all this arrogance and all this talk, yeah, it's exactly like you said. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And it's not to say they haven't been playing football up to this point. They've faced tough opponents. They've overcome tough things, all that. But there is a moment when you realize you're out of your element, right? You're sparring or you're fighting or whatever, and you take a shot. What was that in the Olympics? I'm treading into dangerous waters here, but there was a person whose gender was within question, let's say. And that person punched the female boxer in the face, and she just quit. She felt that and just thought, I have never felt something like that in my life, and I'm not fighting this fight, and I quit. That's what the Packers have to do. That's what our pass rushers need to do. They need to overwhelm this offensive line and this quarterback in a way that they haven't felt and realize this is different. We're going to have to dig down and reach a whole new level of competence if we're going to win this game. And it rattles you. It does. You don't suddenly your confidence is just sapped and you feel like a fraud and you feel like I can't win this fight. I was just my coach was just talking about this recently. There was I don't watch a ton of MMA, but there was a UFC fight from back in the day or whatever. I think it was against John Jones, but the point is he fought scared. Because he went into the fight essentially telling himself, I mean, this guy's better than me. So rather than like fighting his fight, he was just showing way too much respect to the guy. Because he knew that this guy's better than him. Point is, that's what we have to do. You have to go in there and demonstrate to them this is different. This is what it feels like to play a real playoff team. And if we show up and we start doing stupid crap, and we start dropping the ball, we start throwing, inaccurate balls, the offensive line crumbles against a terrible pass rush, all this stupid stuff, then, like I said, then we lose. But you are the better team. You have to show up and you have to punch this freaking team in the mouth.
The good kind of confidence, not the we're the best, hey, they can appreciate winning, and I just think we're going to just beat the crap out of them. So here's to that. And also, I was kind of thinking, I know the Lions tried to bring back their retired dude. Could we bring back Bakhtiari? I don't know what the rules are. I mean, I never disliked the guy. I think he was probably the best tackle we've ever drafted. First round ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you all heard the story when, he was a rookie and Clay Massey they were just doing reps. He couldn't get around him and he didn't want to leave the field till he got around him, and he couldn't get around him, And I feel like I was kind of bummed that obviously if he stays healthy a couple of years, we probably win a Super Bowl, So I don't know if they would be interested in bringing him back, if they can, even if it was just to be a backup and maybe play a little and then get a ring. I don't know. I just kind of miss that guy. Hang on. Whoa.
I think the issue is Bakhtiari's medicals are real bad. I think his knee is just completely freaking cooked, and it's not going to get better, and that's why nobody's picking him up. There's also obviously the risk of, how good even is he? Has he even been training? Has he been working out? Has he been trying to stay in shape? Is he NFL ready today? I mean, I'm not going to lie, it would be great if you just had peak Bakhtiari come in for a game in the playoffs, you're just playing in the playoffs. And if you happen to get hurt, well, then we go back to our other offensive line, but we got you. But I think the fact that we'd have to give up a spot on the 53-man roster, we'd have to cut somebody, and I just don't think there's any faith in Bakhtiari. I mean, it's look at the fact that 0 teams in the NFL, many of whom are desperate for tackle help, offensive line help, nobody's even calling Bakhtiari. So I think the medicals are terrible, and his knee is just it's not going to be able to play football. So that's my assumption. All right, fine. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got a couple more from Nico, and then I'm going to try to shut up and let you guys do all the talking.
Also, side note, on a relatively popular topic, had a customer today who I know is a Packer fan. Nice. I was out back doing something behind our place, and he was walking by, and we started talking about the game Sunday, and he left with the Go Pack. And normally that's what I say. When people say Go Pack, go to me, I say Go Pack.
Yeah.
He started with Go Pack, so I was a little confused. And then instantly the brain thought of what to say, and I just gave him 2 thumbs up. So I guess there really isn't a wrong answer, but it is cool. And I know many other people said this. I've traveled all around the United States and lived all around the United States. And, back before you could just watch stuff on your phone, really simple. Back to if it was a Sunday afternoon game and, you live in Florida and they're playing, the local game is the Saints, so you had to go to a bar to watch it. You just had to, or a sports place. And every single time I would go to a place to watch the Packers because it wasn't on local TV, whatever place I went to was full of Packer fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's always awesome how our fans, the best fans, are just well represented. All the people seem to be super cool. I can't tell you how many Minnesota Vikings fans I've run into over the years watching, games in a public place where we're playing the Vikings. How many times they were complete douchebags. Bears fans I don't really have a problem with. Online they're retarded, stupid. But when you meet them, they're cool because it's like
I worked so hard to stay away from that word. You know what I mean? I really did. I mean, it was just sitting right there. And I didn't do it. Because I'm trying to be respectful, Nico. Okay? I didn't go there. And now you ruined everything.
They, at least I think, respect the Packers. Minnesota fans are just kind of stupid. They're just dumb. And then Vikings fans, I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know they had fans up until the last couple of years. Never have I ever seen a Vikings fan outside of maybe when I'm watching the Packers play in, Detroit. So I would see a few on the, TV. Never seen them live. It was like an albatross or a unicorn. Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, obviously they popped up recently, but you know what? I have a feeling they're gonna do that Bart Simpson or the Simpson meme where the guy backs up into the bushes. They're just gonna slowly disappear. So, yeah. As you can see, I can ramble on for 17 more calls, so I don't want to do that. Well, I'm gonna do, but I'm just too jacked. I'm gonna go home and probably play some Call of Duty or something, and just pretend like everyone has a Lions or Bears jersey on. And hey, that'd be a cool thing to do. Anyways, sidetrack. I'm gonna go. Looks like we're out of time.
We got one more Nico call. There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember, and that, I guess, is fine for today.
Hey, it's Nico. So I just got home, dropped my wife for dinner off.
Dude is all up in his microphone right now. Just like he shoved it down his throat.
Work came in. It's like 6:33. So I turned the game on. I hit the, catch up with the highlights. There's only 3 of them. But here's how cool it was. The second highlight, one of the announcers was already talking about Micah Parsons.
I can't tell if my kids are calling for me or what. Sorry about that. I'm back. Please continue. Let me get out of my way. Go.
And with Micah Parsons on the Green Bay Packers, we even getting in the highlights of the Lions-Cowboys game. I love it. I frickin' love Micah Parsons. I just want to shake that dude's hand.
And they're all pretending that what Micah said is like some cringy, embarrassing. Like it's, bro, he's such an idiot. That's so What are you talking about? One of the most elite, dangerous, scary quarterback killers in the entire NFL said he hates his rival team. He has embraced that rivalry to that point that he says that he hates the Bears, and he says he hates them because they're so disrespectful and they need to essentially be taught respect. There is nothing less cringe in the world than that. You want to make fun of something? Fine. Oh, by the way, this is the same fan base that says it's cheesy or cringe or whatever for me to make fun of his quarterback wearing nail polish. Bro, that is my responsibility as a fan. If anybody in Green Bay starts painting their toenails and you don't make fun of them, you're an idiot and you have failed as a Bears fan. You see Jordan Love walking around with a bedazzled purse? Yeah, you have to say something. That's a requirement. Shut up with your nonsense. Well, it's cringe, bro. No. No, it's not. It's not. And you're going to see it. You're going to frickin' see it today. How not cringe it is when this frickin' monster, when this animal picks up your quarterback and slams him on his frickin' neck. Yes, that's a throwback to the 80s. I don't care. Screw you guys. How about that?
What a guy. I hope just him being here, we all want the same thing. We all, and obviously we see that it can happen because the dude is just, I've been watching football a long time. He is definitely a speed rusher, like Clay, like you mentioned, like Clay, but
on another level.
God, he's better than Clay.
Oh my Lord, yes.
He just.
And I love Clay, and there are similarities. I mean, Clay's ability to rush up the middle, we massively underutilize that. Because there's never been a better pass rusher lined up over the middle, and that includes Micah. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He stood over the Garden Center, And at the snap, he didn't even do like a pass rush move or anything. He just kind of like hopped past them because he was faster than those guys in their ability to get their hands up. And he just like would pop past him and go get the quarterback. It's like, why don't we do that every play? I don't understand.
I don't know if I've ever seen a speed rusher as fast.
There has never been.
I mean, obviously, statistically, with his 40 time, there hasn't been, but that speed doesn't always translate into game speed. And man, is it
unless we stretch it to call some other guys speed rushers, you know, like if you wanted to pretend Myles Garrett was like a speed rusher because he can win with speed, okay, fine. Or some other guys, you know, you could try to say like Von Miller or something. I'm sorry. When you talk about specifically who is the best guy at winning with speed, there is nobody better than Micah Parsons. There can't be. I'm open to suggestions, but I really don't believe that there's anybody on earth that is a speed rusher on his level.
In the game speed of that guy. He literally, the only way you stop him is to double team him or hold him. That's the only way you can do it.
And that's what they do.
You know, in fact, they were showing the clip. Some guy showed the clip about, you know, the other day. He goes, well, there was a slight hold. There's like 3 dudes holding on to him. He still split the triple team and almost got the sack. He's like, wow. I just hope he's got Manny. I hope he's got at least 4 years of just this level. And we could sneak some Super Bowl champions out of that. Because really, I mean, we've all said this in our brains. I don't need to say it. I am preaching to the choir, literally. So.
What's happening?
Go Pack Go, and thank you, Monday Night Announcer. I don't remember which one it was.
Sounds like I need to go.
Talk about Micah Parsons on the quick recap.
All right. I don't know what's happening, but I'll be back. Quick side note. If your wife ever gets like a rash on her arm and goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, I'm going to give you this medicine, it's going to make you a little hyper, and you might be cleaning the house and stuff, tell her to just live with the rash. We got like 2 more days, I think, on this medicine, and I'm hoping that these effects will eventually reverse, because she has officially lost her mind. My son is traumatized by how my wife is acting, all hyper out in public and everything. She said she was going to put him to bed, and he ran downstairs and said, I want to sleep downstairs, because he just did not want her. We're supposed to go out for my daughter's birthday today, and everyone's like, I don't want to go out in public with you. She's having a good time, though. She's laughing like crazy. The reason I needed to run upstairs really quick is because she needed to line up the kids and take a video to tell them something special. And I said, what's going on? Are we going to Disney World or something? And she said, pretty much. And I was getting excited. Like, I don't know what this is, but it sounds great. I feel like I should know about it, you know, but I'm interested. And then she announced that we're going to go cut down a tree and bring it home. And everybody was just like, what are you talking about, dude? By the way, I put the kibosh on that. I'm like, we're not doing that today. We have to go out to lunch. I have a podcast to record, and the Packers are on today. So that's not happening. Wild times. I'm having fun with it. Nervous about going out in public with her, but it'll be all right. What's the worst that could happen? Shouldn't say things like that. Okie dokie. 1265. What do you got going on? You taking any meds?
You know, I'm starting to think that my rookies to watch, it could be their season. So I don't know if you remember, but I picked Marshawn Lloyd for my rookie to watch.
Okay.
Last year, I picked Baron Sorrell this year,
season.
He's been getting more snaps, especially on Devon.
I got those rookie songs that I made a long time ago, and they play in my like MP3 player. And it's a lot of the older songs when I did like everybody had their own, all of our draft picks. So some of these guys nobody has thought about forever, but it's like I constantly think about them. But yeah, I get your point.
Ante and stuff. He's probably going to get more snaps. That's great. He was playing good. Jaden Reed? Come on.
Let's go.
Said he's looking fast. I think he's back. I think he's back for the Bears game. How exciting will that be?
Yep.
Man.
He is, by the way.
We got to kick their ass.
Oh, yes.
Not even sorry I said it. Kick their flippin' ass.
Yeah.
Let's go. Bye.
Kick him in the flippin' A. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I want it so bad. You don't understand how badly I want it. I mean, some people might get mad at me when I do the whole hedge bet. I don't know. It honestly is just a one thing Bears fans maybe do get right is when they talk about cope, because there is some cope. I mean, when I talk to Bears fans and I get into these tirades and everything else, there is a part of me that's like, this is a great way to waste time and not stress about this game. So there is an element of I'm coping with the stress. The hedge bet, though, is great because the whole point, and I'm not encouraging you to do this because if things go well, you just lose a lot of money. The whole point, though, is to kind of balance it out. How much money would I need to put on this side of the scale to balance the scales? In other words, it's basically even. If the Packers, I mean, I don't know if you can get it even. That's going to be way too much money. But it's enough that if the Packers lose or at least don't cover, I have this to be like, hey, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Whereas on the other side, I lost this money and that sucks, but I'm okay with it because the Packers won. It's a hedge bet. And that's why I put a large sum on the other side. And of course, the best case scenario is the Packers beat them by 6. I mean, again, the best case scenario is they beat them by 50. And I would absolutely take that. Oh, I'm out of drinks. I'm starting to sound like my wife now. Not an alcohol joke. I'm just saying being random and ridiculous. What are we talking about? Best case scenario is we pummel them. Second best is we win by 6. But that is why I do that, because it's a thing that I need so badly. And I put this down because if I lose this, I'm still happy. It's one of those things where it's like I genuinely hope I lose the money. Like if I could just push a button or it's like you lose, I'm not going to give you any details, but you lose this bet, I would push that button so fast right now. Because it's at least a 7-point win. I mean, it would be a little bit of a letdown if it was just 7, but it's like, oh, we beat him by at least 7. I would push it so fast. I should have put more money on the other side. It's not even a question at this point. I won't do this for every game because hopefully we win out, and if I do that for every game, then I will legitimately lose all my money. But for the 2 Bears games, there will be hedge bets. 1,000% there's going to be hedge bets. But yeah, I desperately want to beat their freaking face in so bad. I want it so bad. And again, I'm going to have to kind of keep my mouth shut on social media because there's still a good chance we end up splitting if we beat them. But there has to be at least some level of you freaking just, I'm going to punch repeatedly. Punch. I'm glad we have a lot going on today. I need so many distractions. So many distractions.
What's up, Ryan? This is Dakota, that nerd.
What's up, nerd?
I'm calling, so
Sorry,
I called
that was rude.
during the Lions game stating that I did not like that super aggressive call, or the 2 pass plays, when it was 3rd and 2 and then 4th and 2, and then he threw the touchdown to Wicks. But I was listening to Paul Brettel, I believe, on Packernet. And he stated that something came out, and this is the first I've heard of it. I did not see this, and maybe a whole bunch of, smarter people than me or people that actually paid more attention did. But apparently, that was a Jordan Love decision that their decision to go on 3rd and 2 and 4th and 2 as pass plays because the Lions gave that defensive look earlier in the game, and Love knew that he was going to be able to get a one-on-one with Wicks, and that he trusted that he could get the ball to Wicks before the safety got to him. And so he called it twice, and he freaking did it. So that just goes to show that, though I'm still probably not going to change my opinion, I think that, he should have, 9 times out of 10 you should go for that first down. But that also goes to show that I don't know anything.
Exactly. And
for most of the people that are over here yelling that he's too conservative, or because nobody's yelling he's too aggressive, that's just me apparently.
No, it's me too.
But yeah,
as I've said, I am a self-avowed coward when it comes to things.
That he's too conservative, or they didn't like the way we beat the Vikings. Well, we got the win, and they know so many things that we don't. So the decisions that they made, we must trust that they used intelligence. when making those decisions. And yeah, so I was wrong. And other people need to be able to admit that. Anyway, peace.
Peace and humptiness. You know what I'm talking about? That's what the song should be if I have time. Got to do a, what's that guy's name? Bro. Freaking Digital Underground. Which reminds me, if you have not seen this movie, stop your whole life, at least after the Bears game, go watch this movie. 1991 movie called Nothing But Trouble. Love that movie. I used to have, I don't know if it's still here somewhere, but I used to have a VHS of that movie, and I watched the crap out of it. Shock G and Digital Underground are in that movie. Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, who plays like multiple characters, including like a giant woman, which is freaking hilarious. I think Aykroyd plays multiple characters. Back in the day when guys just did that, it's such a good movie. Okay, Nothing But Trouble. Holy crap, is that a good movie? Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, Brian Murray, Bill Murray's brother. Peter Aykroyd, apparently. Dan Aykroyd's brother plays a small part. Daniel Baldwin is in the movie. Danielle Aykroyd. Dude just put all his family in this movie. They don't make movies like they used to, boys and girls. They just don't. Ole Miss is headed to the college football playoff. Nice. I should actually watch that. Lil Weezy says, go Pack go. 21 minutes go. Get fired up. All right, I got to hurry. Break and then come back and then Omar, here we go.
What's going on? It's Omar the Firefighter. How y'all doing?
What up?
Calling about a couple things. One, I am, well, I don't know if I talk about me before I talk about Packers, but I'm doing a horror anthology series I'm going to be making. It'll be on YouTube. I bought a website and some more stuff. So that should be coming within next 6 months, hopefully.
Bro.
So I will let y'all know when it...
Hey, legitimately, if you need help with that, I'm down. Like I said 1,000 times, I need projects. I need something to do. We could do a super freaking... I mean, I'm not trying to, like, you know, encroach on your thing here. If you got stuff, talented people doing good stuff or whatever, but I'm just saying, I'm in. Free, just for fun. Like, let's freaking do it. Sorry, continue.
Get your release. So y'all can watch it, help support me.
Yeah,
and
we will.
You know, I love my horror movies and my movies.
Yes.
Second, I was calling because of our defensive tackle situation. Like, I kind of already didn't like it in the beginning of the season after we got rid of Clark, and I had mentioned about some, you know, free agent defensive tackles. Now that we've lost, our supposedly best defensive tackle, and the rest of them are already bad, I'm really concerned about that. So I don't...
Going into next year, I've said this before, that might be our biggest concern. I understand O-line is a big concern. I know some people still think we have the worst corners in football. Man, we got to get a DT. And I'll tell you what, if you want to know where the Packers' head is at, look at what they've been doing. They've been doing nothing but going out and getting 360-pound defensive tackles recently. They are panicked about this. So I would be shocked. Like I said, you don't go get like those 350-pound run defenders in the first round because they can't rush to the passer. With the exception of the shockingly ridiculous people like, what's his name? I can't remember the freaking guy's name. Played for Tampa forever. He might still be there. But aside from those top 10 caliber guys, usually second round, and I've said that I don't know if the Packers would do that. I don't know if they would swing on a just run defender in the second round. I think they prize pass rush too much. I think we're at a point now where perhaps they would. You get that stud heavy. Let me find him real quick, and then we'll move on. I'm sorry. Not a ton of options. There's like 2 second-round guys according to NFL Mock Draft Database, but Iowa State got a guy by the name of Dominique Orange. He's listed at 6'4", 325. Big boy. Is he grading out well? Not really, but the Packers don't seem to care. He's actually having a little bit of a down year. Last year he was a freak, which I think just adds to it because there is something to that. I remember the Packers did that a couple years ago where everybody they drafted had like a down year, but if you look at the year prior, I think that was the year we got Wicks. I think it was Wicks and Reed and some other people. They didn't have very good years, but the year prior, they had like their big breakout year. I don't know what the thought is behind that. I'd have to look into it. But this dude, 2024, 83 grades, 74 run defense, 79 pass rush. Is 1 sack in 4 years, so he is not a pass rusher. But again, you don't get him for pass rush. I don't care what the grades are. I think that might be the guy. All right, sorry. Please continue.
Like that we're not doing anything. Like I find it hard to believe that the free agent defensive tackles that are available are worse than what we have. I don't know if you can check that, but even the dude that got cut from the Raiders for trying to kiss, I guess, Max Crosby.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
1-year deal. Like,
go get that guy.
He's still getting his $20 million, I think, from the Raiders.
Go get that guy.
So, like, he can do like one of those Russell Wilson where you ain't got to break the bank.
He must have done a lot more than try to kiss that guy, man. He's a good football player, and he's not on a football team yet. I forgot about him till now, so I don't know. Maybe he did, and I just didn't see it or something. But what did he do that nobody's willing to touch that guy? By the way, he was always a high character guy. That's why I thought he'd be a great fit for the Packers. He's one of those like really nice, funny guys. I've seen video clips of him like getting into like the arguments with guys, just having fun. Seems like a super good guy. Good football player. He was never worth the contract that the Raiders gave him. That was stupid. But he's a good football player. What did he do? What did he do? I want to know. Maybe I don't want to know. Maybe it would traumatize me. But I'm ready for it.
You're only going to play like 4, 5, 6 games max. Like, just sign him just to have somebody there that's good. Like, I don't understand why we're not doing anything about that. But anyway, check that for me. Let me know if there's anybody available that we can sign. Lastly, I'm upset, not only with the defensive tackle situation, but I placed an order for my TV show that I'm working on. One of the episodes, might have police officers in it. But one of my episodes, I needed like 4 or 5 guns. So I ordered these replica guns that look very realistic.
Oh, no.
And everything that they use for, movies and stuff. And like over a week ago, like almost 2 weeks ago, and I never got a confirmation, right? So I was like, oh man, like I could have swore I ordered them, but my credit card wasn't charged. I didn't get an email for confirmation. So I was like, I guess it didn't go through or whatever. So then they had a Black Friday sale, so I ordered the stuff again. How about I just found out an hour ago.
Dude's got 20 guns coming to his house.
That they charged me for both orders and they shipping them both. I had to pay for shipping and everything. I'm pissed off about that. That's terrible. But anyway, go Pack Go. Hope everybody had good shopping.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is your thing, so I'm not trying to encroach on your deal, but if you're at all interested in any amount of help or whatever, let me know, because I'm also into the horror movies and whatnot. I'm always looking for stupid projects to work on. I don't know what I could offer, but again, I'm not looking for anything other than to just kind of linger, I guess. And if you need some, send me off in a direction. That's fine. But either way, if you don't need anything, keep us posted. YouTube channel, website, all that stuff, and we will for sure show some support to Mr. Omar the firefighter. All right, I can feel them pacing upstairs. I know someone's about to kick in my door pretty soon here, so we're gonna maybe do one more. I want to try to make sure I can get this uploaded and everything. So I apologize to everybody else that didn't get their call in. Hopefully today's a great day and it won't matter. But we'll do Kyle from Madison, and then maybe we'll do 2. It's so hard to not do Fat Albert, but let's plan on 1, and then we'll get out of here.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? It's Kyle.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, man, I keep staring at the schedules, the remaining schedules here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wednesday when I'm calling you. Tomorrow the Lions take on the Cowboys. I think we want to root for the Lions in this situation, honestly, because I'm eyeing up that Week 18 game between Chicago and Detroit. I would love for that to be the kind of game it was when Detroit took us down in Rodgers' last game. Unfortunately, I was at that game. It was really awful. But I really don't want the Lions playing for nothing in Week 18.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I think if they lose to Dallas...
This is that sort of big brain stuff that makes me nervous, but you're probably right. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was you, but I don't think so. When people were calling in talking about maybe we should root for the Bears to beat the Eagles because this, that, or the other, in the long run. And I think it is ending up to be probably correct. But yeah, it's always hard to tell. I mean, if we're just trying to build a perfect path and everything goes the way that we want it to, then you're probably right. But there's also scary stuff. There's games that we're going to, like, if we lose this game and Detroit wins, we're living in hell right now. But again, assuming we win out, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But I don't know. I don't know. In the meantime, I think I'll be happy with, Detroit winning, which obviously that game is over, but I'm just, thinking through. I don't know.
That might be the end of the road for Detroit. So, begrudgingly, I'm probably going to, unless I'm missing something here statistically, I'm probably going to root for Detroit just because I think that would be better for the Packers, honestly, in the long run. But this is going to be quite the race here, man.
It is, yeah.
5 games ago, I really hate that we play the Bears.
There's almost no scenario where somebody just completely pulls away. I mean, it's so unbelievably unlikely. You would essentially have to have one team run the table and everybody else kind of lose out for week 17, 18 to not matter. It's nearly impossible. Like, it will be a 3-way race all the way through. The odds of that not happening are just really low. Even if, the odds are pretty stacked in one direction, which it's really not between the Packers and Bears and whatnot. Maybe the Packers can gain some separation here. If the Packers lose, it's still a really tight race. It's close to like 50-50 between Packers, Bears, and then the Lions are sitting right there. So, yeah, this is going to be, unfortunately, in my opinion, I mean, if we end up winning this race and whatever, then I will love it and be like, this is the greatest thing ever. But in the meantime, unfortunately, this will be a really tight 3-way race. And the Packers are going to have to play playoff football. That is to say, you cannot lose. I mean, you technically can, but that needs to be the mentality. You can't lose any of these games.
Twice in 3 weeks, because especially for the Packers, you almost have to win both, right?
Yeah.
Because we got that.
Yeah, splitting is good for the Bears. That helps the Bears. I mean, the odds are in our favor largely because we are the better team. But if you split, then that becomes, okay, you wipe that out. The statistics that say your schedule's easier because you're playing the Bears, those games are gone, and you split, and now you've only got, 3 games to cover that gap, which is you have to win one more game than they did, which means they have to, if they lose 1, you have to win 3. You know what I mean? Like, the odds are getting pretty tough if you don't beat the Bears twice. And that's where the Bears have an advantage, and that's kind of what sucks. They honestly can look at it as splitting is fine. We have to look at it as we have to win both.
To tie on a record, I guess the advantage is the Bears need to finish with more wins than the Packers. Right?
Right.
So if we finish at or above the win total of the Bears, because of that tie, well, we're going through. But, if, let's just say they were to, God forbid, they split with us, right? Because, they're playing Cleveland next week. So it's not impossible where you see a scenario where the Packers beat the Bears,
Yep.
go out to Denver and maybe lose because
it's a tough game.
Don't like to win in Denver, apparently, and they have a good team this year. And then we got to run it back with the freaking Bears.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, if that's the other thing. We could win this game, and then we lose next week, they win next week, and we're right back to square one, where if we lose this game, we're screwed. If we win, then we're back in winning position. Which is why, again, this is just playoff time. Like, you can't, you have to be playing your best football. And it feels good. I mean, the Packers are playing better. Jordan is playing at an elite level. Jaden Reed is back. Like, you're kind of feeling this thing, but you got to put it on the field, man. You can't stumble. That's the biggest thing. It's not like, can we play at a high level? We're there now. I mean, a couple more steps would be nice, but we're already there. The issue for me isn't, are we good enough? The issue for me is, are we just going to do that stupid crap where we just show up and don't show up? That's what's going to kill us.
And then it's going to be right down to the freaking wire here. Because they've got what? They've got San Francisco. Yeah, they got San Fran, and then they end with Detroit. We've got Baltimore at home, and then we end in Minnesota. Now, probably other than the Browns, the easiest game on either person's schedule is us getting that Vikings team the last week, which probably they're going to be in Cancun mentally, maybe even physically at that point. So, if you're a Bears fan, you're really hoping you've got things under control somehow before Week 18, because when you're looking at both our Week 18 games, if the Lions are playing for their playoff lives and the Packers are playing the Vikings, who are already folded up shop, it might be a long day, but I don't know, man. Just interesting to dig into the schedule a little bit.
Yep. No, you're right. It's that is the fun kind of at this time of year, and it's why I do it. And again, I do all kinds of stuff, and I'm sure there are some things that some people like, some things others don't. I was kind of to the point where it's like, should I stop this betting thing? Like, I don't know if people like it or don't like it. And then I got a comment on social media about somebody saying that they liked it and they appreciate it. So I'm like, well, all right, I guess, especially since, as I said, I'm actually making money, so I'm actually giving good advice. If I was giving bad advice, it would have to stop. But you don't know what's good or not. But that's one of the things I always do at the end of the season. We go through all the games. We go through all the other teams and all this different stuff. And again, this is why in the beginning of the season, I'm not just focused on the Packers. And I'm not just focused on the NFC North. I care if the Eagles win or lose. I care if Dallas wins or loses. I care if the Rams win or lose, because I understand these are teams that are looking at, losses are rare. And at the end of the season, every one of these games, every one of those, like, man, I can't believe we lost that game, is so crucial. So if you watch the Rams drop one in week 2 to some mediocre team, that's massive. That's one. We got one. All right, let's keep it rocking. You know what I mean? So it seems stupid to care early on, or even in like the offseason. Like, why are you talking about the freaking Rams in July? Because now, in December, it's crucial. You got the teams at the top that you're chasing. You also got the teams that are a little lower nipping at your heels. You got the entire NFC West basically saying if you don't win your division, you're not getting into the playoffs because we're going to eat up all the wild card spots. So you're chasing with them. You're fighting with them. You're hoping that Seattle loses games. You're hoping that the 49ers lose. I mean, it's crucial that they do, because if we don't win the division, the only way we get in is if we win a wild card spot. So we're fighting with all the wild card teams, and we're fighting with the NFC North. And if we win the division, you're fighting with all the other teams, the top 4 teams, for your position in the top. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm shocked that nobody has come kicking my door yet, but I've been working on the song over here on the side, so hopefully we'll get this up quick, get this podcast out there soon. Hopefully you guys will listen to it. It is noon, so it is kickoff time right now. But, you can put this on in the background before the Packer game, little distraction. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin. Nah, I'm playing, but for real though. Alright, stop, let me tell you what's happening today. The Pack finna roll and the Bears finna pay. See, I'm the type of cheesehead that be yelling at the screen. Got the brats on the grill and the spotted cow looking clean now. Caleb Williams, he a rookie, he aight. But when Rashawn Gary coming, he gon' running for his life. I'm not a regular fan, I'm a different kind of creature. Foam cheese on my head, looking like a substitute teacher, that's me. Hold up. Now some of y'all Bears fans might be getting offended, but this rivalry older than your grandmama's dentures. So if you came to party with the cheeseheads tonight, throw your phone finger up and turn off your mind. Here we go. Do the cheesehead hum. Come on, do the cheesehead hum. Do it. Do your thing. Do the cheesehead hum. Just watch me do the cheesehead hum. Go Pack, go Pack. Do the cheesehead hum. Come on, do the cheesehead hum. Do it. Do your thing. Do the cheesehead hum. Just watch me do the cheesehead hum. Go Pack, go Pack. That's That's my quarterback, he cold. Got the arm, got the swagger, 26 years old. And the Bears, man, they thought they had a plan, but they forgot that the North belonged to the green and gold. Man, I once saw a Bears fan crying in the lot. Said, why we always losing? I said, buddy, that's your lot. I gave him half my rap was cause I felt a little bad, but then I hit the Lambo leaping, man, he looking mad. Sorry, not sorry.
Hey, yo, for real though.
This game been going on since 1921. That's over 100 years of us having fun. Chicago pizza deep dish, yes, I guess, but you can't beat a frozen tundra party nonetheless. Let's go! Do the cheese at home. Come on, do the cheese at home. Everybody, yeah, yeah. Do the cheese at home. Just watch me do the cheese at home. Go pack, go home. Do the cheese at home. Come on, do the cheese at home. Everybody, yeah. Do the cheese at home. Just watch me do the cheese at home. Go pack, got this. Talk about the history, the legacy, the wins, but I'd rather talk about how good this victory gon' feel. See, every Bears fan in America gon' watch this game tonight, and every single one of them gon' turn it off by halftime. That ain't a prediction, that's just what we call a fact. When you step to the Packers, man, you ain't coming back. So pour a little out the dicker in the 85 squad, cause that's the last time Chicago had a chance. Oh my God,
Rest in peace to your hope.
rest in peace to your hope. Do the cheese head on, come on, do the cheese head on. One more time, yeah. Do the cheese head on, just watch me. Do the cheese head on, go back, go back.
Better luck next year, probably not though.